Today I am going to discuss Docker volume, and this session is again part of the Docker for Beginner series, so please check out the previously recorded videos for better understanding. Let's move ahead. Docker volume. A volume is stored on the host file system at a specific folder location or directories. Choose a folder where you know the data wouldn't be modified by non-Docker promise. It means only the Docker process will be able to modify the data. We are talking about this middle arrow, right, which is actually creating some space in the host file system, and this area will only be modified by the only Docker system, or you can say only by Docker process. This is the important point when we are using the Docker volume. Don't worry about the practical concept. Everything I will explain in the Docker lab. Docker creates and manages the new volumes by running the docker volume create command to create the volume. This command can form part of the Docker definition to create the app container. It means we can specify in the Docker file as well, which means that you can create volumes as part of the container creation process, which is very easy to integrate. Docker creates the volume if it does not exist when you try to mount the volume into a container at the first time. It means if you haven't created the volume but you are trying to mount, then it will create automatically. We will see these things in action. Don't worry. Docker mounts and manages the volumes in the container. After mounting, these volumes are isolated from the host machine. It means host machine will not be able to modify this volume space. Multiple containers can simultaneously use the same volumes. Now this is a little bit different scenarios. What we are saying, let's read it once again. Multiple containers can simultaneously use the same volumes. Volumes also don't get removed automatically when a container stops using the volume. So what we are talking about, we are talking about the external shared file storage. So we can see here node 1, node 2, node 3 having their own service replicas which are running on the Docker containers, right? And those are exist in some data center, but those are connected with the shared file volumes. It can be a Azure storage, it can be a Amazon S3 file storage, shared one, right? So when your app logs data, you can access this information via the container host file system. You have access to this log file even if your container is removed. Docker also provides a way for third-party companies to build add-ons to be used as volume. For example, Azure Storage that we just talked about provides a plugin to mount Azure Storage as volume on Docker containers. This is completely possible. Volumes are considered the preferred data storage strategy to use the containers. Let me show you how to create volume and how you can write some data in the volume that we are going to create, and we will also attach the volume with the container. Okay, as of now on the right top corner you can see there is only one container which is not in the running state. Now I am going to run another container. If I show you the images available, there is one hello world image that we have discussed in the previous video. Now I am going to use another image which is Docker. Welcome to Docker 1. Okay, and also attach the volume with this. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. First, on the left hand side you can see the script that I'm going to follow. This is the same folder that we have used previously, so folder doesn't matter. Now I'm creating a volume, Docker volume create volume. So this is the name of my volume that I have created. Okay, we can verify this volume very easily. Next command, what I am going to use, I am going to run the container with the image that I have just shown you. Okay, so what we are saying here, Docker run -d, the name of the container that I want to use, the volume name that we have created, my volume :/data means this directory we are going to use to create any file or anything. So this is our directory within the volume. Okay, and the last thing is the image name that we are going to use. Okay, so if you see here, this is the name of our image. Okay, now if I run this command, so it will immediately create a container that we can quickly verify it. Okay, this container is created, so let's go there. If I maximize this screen, so we can, let's go to the container part. We can see the new container is created with the name welcome to Docker. Okay, and this is in running state. If I click on this container, so we can easily go to the inspect section. If you wanted to see, go to mounts, so we can see under mounts there is a volume type which is already mount for the data creation. Okay, we can see the destination is flash data. Okay, let me also create one file under this volume, right? So that will be easy for you to understand. Okay, 1 second, so let me keep it here. Okay, now what is next? Let me create one file. Okay, I will follow this command. So I came to this executable under the container and I ran this command echo hello docker volume and then provided the path where I wanted to create file. Okay, the file is created or not. D data. If I hit ls, we can see test.txt is created. Okay, now we verified easily. If we can go to inspect, we can go to mounts, we can also verify the volume is attached. Now we can also see data as well. You can also verify from the volume section as well. You can see my volume is created here and there is a file which is created, correct? Okay, and it also contains what data it contains. Okay, I hope the Docker volume is clear for you. So next section we will discuss the Docker bind mount and Docker temp file system mount. So I will see you in the next video. I hope you like the video. Bye bye.